What if I told you that the way you've been studying your entire life is completely wrong? That all those late nights, the endless highlighting, the cramming sessions, they're not just ineffective, they're actually working against how your brain is designed to learn. Today, I'm going to share the scientifically proven study methods used by straight A students who don't pull all-nighters, who study less than their struggling peers, and who retain information like they have a photographic memory. This isn't motivation, this isn't productivity fluff, this is neuroscience. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your current study habits are failing you and what to do instead. Let's dive in. The highlighting trap. Here's something that might blow your mind. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford University, used to have an elaborate system of highlighting, stars, and exclamation marks for studying. Sound familiar? But then he discovered something that completely changed how he approached learning. He came across research showing that one of the worst ways to retain information is passive reading and highlighting. Why? Because you're just going through motor commands. Your hand is moving, but your brain isn't actually working. Think about it. When you highlight something, you feel productive. You feel like you're doing something, but you're really just coloring. Instead, Huberman discovered that the best students do something completely different. They read the material, one step away from it completely, close their eyes, or go for a walk. Try to recall specific elements from memory, then go back and check what they missed. This is called active recall, and it's the foundation of everything we're about to discuss. Huberman said, and I quote, "I've been positively astonished at how much more information I can learn when I'm not simply going through motor commands of highlighting things, but stepping away and thinking about what I actually remember." Here's why this works. The science of active recall. Dr. Cal Newport is a computer science professor and best-selling author who literally wrote the book on this. How to become a straight A student, and his entire methodology boils down to one core principle: active recall. When Newport was 22, he interviewed actual college students with straight A's, students who weren't burned out, who had social lives, who seemed normal. And he asked them one simple question: how did you study for your last test? The answer? They all use active recall. They would replicate information from scratch as if teaching a class without looking at their notes. Newport himself experienced this transformation. He had a heart condition that forced him to quit rowing crew. So he got serious about academics and started systematically experimenting with study techniques. The result? He went from being a pretty good student to getting a 4.0 every single quarter for his entire sophomore, junior, and senior years. He got only one A- in 3 years. Here's what Newport says about active recall. It's a trade-off. It's efficient, doesn't take much time, but it's incredibly mentally taxing. This is why students often avoid it. It's difficult to sit there and pull forth information from memory. It's mentally very taxing, but it's very time efficient. Active recall is hard. It's uncomfortable. It makes your brain hurt, and that's exactly why it works. Why struggle equals learning. Here's something Andrew Huberman emphasizes in his research. Studying that feels challenging is the most effective. I know, nobody wants to hear this. Everyone wants to hear about flow states and information just sinking in by osmosis. Huberman mentions there's even a cartoon where a kid puts a book on his head trying to absorb information. Cute? Yes. Effective? Absolutely not. Here's what's actually happening in your brain when you struggle. When you actively try to retrieve information that's not easily accessible, you're forcing your brain to strengthen neural pathways, create new connections, consolidate memories more deeply. It's like weightlifting for your brain. The resistance is the point. Cal Newport describes his system. He would take a stack of white paper and try to do math proofs or replicate concepts from scratch. If he could do it, great, he knows it. If not, it goes in the struggle pile to try again later. This pile would exponentially decay. In just a few hours, he could master material that would take other students days of passive review. And here's the kicker. Newport says he would often finish studying while his friends were just starting their all-nighters. He'd have to pretend to go to the library during finals because he was already done. That's the power of efficient studying. The top 5 habits of high-performing students. Now, let's get tactical. Huberman references a study of nearly 700 medical students that identified the exact habits of the highest performers. Habit number 1, scheduled study time. The best students don't just find time to study. They schedule it like an appointment. Typically 3 to 4 hours per day, broken into 2 to 3 sessions, not one massive block. Why? Your attention is a limited but renewable resource. The molecule adenosine builds up in your brain the longer you're awake, making focus harder. Pro tip: after 2 to 3 days of studying at the same time, your brain will entrain to that rhythm. You'll automatically be more focused during those hours. Habit number 2, eliminate all distractions. This means phone off and away, not just silent. Tell friends and family you're unavailable. Study alone, not in groups. No Wi-Fi if you don't need it. The best students isolate themselves completely. They treat study time like it's sacred. Habit number 3, study. Consistency beats intensity. Regular exposure, even in shorter sessions, is far more effective than occasional marathon sessions. Habit number 4, teach others. This is huge. The best students make it a point to teach their peers the material they've learned. But won't that give them an advantage? Maybe, but here's what the research shows. Students who teach others perform significantly better than those who don't. In research labs, there's a saying, watch one, do one, teach one. When you teach something, you're forced to organize your thoughts clearly, identify gaps in your understanding, retrieve information multiple times, consolidate the material at a deeper level. Habit number 5, connect to long-term aspirations. The best students aren't just studying to pass a test. They have a broader, almost abstract understanding of how their success will impact their life, their family, their future. This aspirational component pulls them through when motivation wanes or fatigue sets in. The power of testing yourself. Here's something that might surprise you. Testing isn't just for evaluation. It's one of the best learning tools. Myth. Tests measure what you know. Reality. Tests strengthen what you know. Every time you retrieve information from memory, whether it's a formal test, a flashcard, or just asking yourself, what did I just read? You're making that memory more permanent. Newport used a simple card system. Each concept on a card. Try to explain it from scratch. Got it pile versus struggled pile. Focus on the struggle pile. Repeat until everything is mastered. Huberman learned complex neuroanatomy by looking at tissue samples under a microscope, going home and lying down, mentally flying through brain circuits in his mind, checking his notes only when he got stuck. He says, I'm poor at many things in life, but neuroanatomy, I'm solid at, and then some. The pattern here, both of these highly successful learners study actively, not passively, test themselves. So constantly focus on what they don't know, stop when they've mastered it, not when they're exhausted. Practical implementation. Guide. All right, let's make this actionable. Here's your step-by-step system. Starting today. Step 1. Schedule 2 90-minute study blocks at the same time each day. Morning is ideal when adenosine levels are low. Step 2. During each block, read, review material. Once started. Close the book, notes, take a 5-minute walk, or close your eyes. Try to recall everything you just learned. Write down what you remember. Check your notes and identify gaps. Step 3. Create a struggle list of concepts you couldn't recall fully. These are your focus areas for tomorrow. Step 4. At the end of each week, teach the material to someone else, a friend, family member, or even an imaginary class. Step 5. Keep all distractions off during study time. This is non-negotiable. The mindset shift. Remember, if studying feels easy, you're probably not learning effectively. Embrace the struggle. That uncomfortable feeling of trying to pull information from your brain, that's growth happening in real time. So let's recap the revolution. Stop highlighting, start recalling, stop cramming, start scheduling, stop reading passively, start testing yourself. The science is clear. Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Newport have both proven through research and personal experience that active recall is the most powerful study tool available. It's harder. It's more uncomfortable, but it's also dramatically more efficient, and the results speak for themselves. If this video changed how you think about studying, hit that like button and subscribe for more science-based productivity content. And drop a comment. What's one study habit you're going to change after watching this? I'll see you in the next video. Now go study smarter, not harder.